Hello all, welcome to the lecture series on TYBSc Botany Theory Paper Course 5th BO 335 Horticulture and Floriculture. Today we are going to deal with the second chapter, that is the horticultural plants. The lecture it will divide it into two parts. So we'll start with the introduction. Horticulture, mainly it is the branch of agriculture that deals with the art, science, technology and business of the plant cultivation. So basically all the plants which are used commercially are cultivated in the horticulture. Then it includes mainly the cultivation of fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, herbs, sprouts, mushrooms, flowers, ornamental plants as well as some trees. Then along with the cultivation, horticulture also includes plant conservation, landscape restoration, landscape and garden design, construction, maintenance and the arboriculture. So what is the main reason behind cultivating all these fruits as well as the vegetables? So one of the very important factors which we get from these fruits and the vegetables is the nutrition. So what is the nutritive value of these fruits and vegetables? So as we all know, the fruits and vegetables, they are very important sources of energy to the human body. Their importance is universally recognized. So these fruits and vegetables, they are the major sources of vitamins without which the human body cannot perform properly, as well as it will not be in the proper healthy state. Then it also helps us to resist the diseases. Besides vitamins, fruits and vegetables also contain minerals, salts, proteins, cellulose, which are extremely essential for the proper body functions. Now let's see the nutritive value of fruits. So fruits, these are the products, you can say, which have good amount of ascorbic acid, and mainly the citrus fruits, they are very outstanding as the source of vitamin C. Strawberries and cantaloupes are the good sources, while apples and peaches have fair amounts of vitamins. Most of the fruits, they also supply vitamin A as well as vitamin B complex. The fruits which are yellow in color, such as the papaya, peaches, apricots, pears, etc., are also very good source of vitamin A, whereas plums and dried fruits, they are the good sources of thiamine, that is vitamin B1. Fruits, they contribute in the appreciable amounts of minerals, iron as well as the calcium. Apart from all this, the fruits like apricot, peaches, bananas, grapes and the berries, they have a high amount of iron. Calcium, it is also found in small quantities in citrus fruits, strawberries as well as the dried figs. Apart from all these vitamins, minerals, sodium, magnesium and potassium, they are also present in varying amounts in different fruits which have therapeutic value, especially in kidney stones and other related disorders. There is loss of nutrition in the process of cooking, drying and canning. So the fresh fruits, they have a good amount of all the vitamins and minerals, whereas on cooking, drying or canning, the nutritive value, it may get lost. Again, the fruits and the fruit juices, when they are exposed to the air, they can cause considerable loss in the amount of the ascorbic acids. Then the nutritive value of vegetables. In general, the raw vegetables, they contain more vitamins and minerals than the processed products, and also they have a high content of moisture. So again, the fresh and the raw vegetables, they are more nutritive as compared to the processed ones. Vegetables, they are the chief compounds or chief sources of carbohydrates, which may range from 3% to 27%, as in case of leafy vegetables where it is 3%, and in case of stem vegetables it is around In case of sweet potatoes, it is around 27%. Then the roots as well as the seed vegetables, they are among the richest sources of carbohydrates. With some exemptions of the leguminous plants, vegetables, they contain a very little amount of protein, averaging from 1 to 3%. And there is no or little fat present in the vegetables. So we can say that the vegetables, they are the rich source of carbohydrates, vitamins as well as minerals, and the proteins, they are present in a very small amount, and there is absence of fats in case of vegetables. Now the nutritive characteristics of fruits as well as the vegetables. The importance of fruits and vegetables, it is very well known to the human beings. The vegetables, they are rich and comparatively cheap source of the vitamins as well as the minerals. The consumption of all these vegetables and fruits in sufficient quantities will provide us with taste as well as palatability, and it will also give us the fair amount of fibers, which will help in the increase of the appetite. So all these are known for maintenance of good health and are also beneficial for protecting against some of the degenerative diseases. So all these nutrients, they play a very key role in neutralizing the acids produced during the digestion of proteins and the fatty foods. So whatever acid is prepared in our stomach during the process of digestion, to neutralize these acids, the nutritive value of fruits as well as vegetables, they play a very important role. Then along with this, the nutrients present in the fruits and vegetables, they also provide with roughage, and this promotes the digestion and it thus helps in preventing constipation. Now we will see one by one the different nutrients which are present in the fruits as well as the vegetables. The first important vitamin which is present in the fruits is vitamin C, which is also called as the ascorbic acid. So this ascorbic acid or vitamin C, it is a water soluble vitamin and it is mostly found in fruits and the vegetables. The main sources are oranges, strawberries, kiwi fruit, bell peppers, broccoli, kale and the spinach. Then humans, unlike most of the animals, they are unable to synthesize the vitamin C, and therefore it is very important that we take vitamin C externally. So these fruits as well as the vegetables, they are very useful for getting vitamin C, as vitamin C, it is a essential component of our diet. Vitamin C, it is also required for the biosynthesis of collagen, L-carnitine and certain neurotransmitters. Vitamin C is also involved in protein metabolism. Collagen, it is an essential component of connective tissue which plays a very vital role in the wound healing. So for coagulation of blood also, vitamin C, it is very essential. Then vitamin C is also used in preventing and treating scurvy. So scurvy, it is a disorder which is seen due to the deficiency of vitamin C. Then the next important vitamin is the vitamin B1, also called as the thiamine. So deficiency of vitamin B1 causes a disorder called as the beriberi. It also leads to the loss of sensitivity of skin, paralysis, loss of appetite, loss of weight, fall in body temperature, etc. The rich sources of vitamin B1 are the fruits like banana, apples, cashew nut, almonds, etc. Even the vegetables like trigonella, which is methi, cabbage, onions, green vegetables, lettuce, green chilies, carrots, peas and beans are some of the rich sources of vitamin B1. Then the next important vitamin is the vitamin B2, also called as riboflavin. This vitamin, it is important for the growth and health of the skin. Its deficiency will lead to the loss of appetite, loss in weight, sore throat, as well as the swollen nose. Papaya, bale, pomegranate, pineapple, etc. are the fruits which are rich in vitamin B2. Along with this, some of the vegetables like trigonella, cabbage, onion, green vegetables, lettuce, green chilies, carrots, peas, and beans are also rich in vitamin B2. Then the next vitamin is the vitamin A, also called as the carotene. Deficiency of vitamin A, it leads to night blindness, and it will also cease the growth of the young ones, drying up the tear glands of the eyes, eruption of the skin, brittleness of teeth, and susceptibility to the diseases. Fruits rich in vitamin A are mango, papaya, jackfruit, etc. Vegetables such as carrots, peas, turnips, beets, tomato, sweet potato, green vegetables, cabbage, etc. are some of the rich sources of vitamin A. Then the next important mineral which is essential for the human body is calcium. Calcium is needed for the healthy bones and for the resistance of diseases. A deficiency of calcium can lead to rickets, pigeon chest, and the retarded growth. There are various sources of calcium, out of which fruits such as lychee, wood apple, dried grapes, oranges, strawberry are some of the popular examples. The vegetables like cabbage, carrots, cauliflower, lettuce, onion, spinach, tomato, etc. they also supply calcium in minor quantities. The next important mineral is the phosphorus. Phosphorus, it is basically essential for all the active tissues of the body. So whatever tissues, they are performing different functions in our body. For the activation of all these tissues, phosphorus is very essential. Phosphorus, it is required for cell multiplication of both bones and the soft tissues. It also plays an important role in oxidation of carbohydrates, which ultimately liberates energy. Potatoes, carrots, tomatoes, cucumber, cauliflower, lettuce, almonds, cashew nuts, lychee, etc. are some of the rich sources of phosphorus. Next important mineral is iron. Vegetables are rich in iron content as compared to the fruits, and these are also found in green vegetables. Iron, it is a very essential component of the red blood corpuscles, which is nothing but the RBCs, and it is best known oxygen carrier in the body. Vegetables such as the spinach, lettuce, cabbage, peas, beans, tomatoes, etc. are rich in iron. Along with these vegetables, some of the fruits like dates, cashew nuts, raisins, etc. are good sources of iron. So in this part, we are going to stop over here, and the same topic will be continued in the second part. Thank you.